Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Knuckleheads, it's the fight the world is clamoring for. Hardcores and casuals alike want to see what happens. But is this fight going to be a boring fight? Is this fight going to be what they call a stinker in the game of boxing? And Knuckleheads, the more I sit down and think about it, let it marinate in this big old coconut I got on top of my shoulders, the more I think to myself, this fight may end up being a disappointment. Now, you know me. You know I don't hate on anybody or any sort of fight. I want to see these guys succeed and make money and win. So I'm just giving you guys my objective opinion here, right? And I'm basing it on the facts. And the facts are both of these guys are near the end of their careers. 34 years old for Canelo Alvarez. 37 years old for Terrence Bud Crawford, who will be 38 at the end of September, which is the month this fight is going down at, right? Moreover, Terrence Crawford is moving up 2 more weight classes than he did against Israel Madrimov, where he also didn't look his best. And so that means he's probably just going to be bigger and slower. And that's not a great combination when you're 37 years old, headed to 38. You're almost at Unk status, right? Terrence Bud Crawford is borderline Unk, right? So I don't know if this is the best time in their careers for this fight. As far as entertainment goes, certainly it is for them as far as money goes. Also, you know, you talk about where they're at in their career. You know, how many more fights do they have left? I mean, if Terrence Crawford goes in there and wins or loses this fight, what more does he have left? You know, I think after this, for Terrence Crawford, with everything he's done, if he wins, he rides off into the sunset, man. He goes down as probably one of the best to ever do it in history, right? If he loses, they'll say, oh, he was the smaller guy. And, you know, I'm not sure he'd want to end his career off on a loss, but what else does he have to gain? I mean, he'd be making so much money from this fight. You know, I guess he could potentially take one more to end on a win, but he really has nothing left to prove. Canelo Alvarez is kind of the same thing. I mean, for years now, in my opinion, right? A couple years now. Canelo Alvarez has been a guy who's just kind of on this I'll fight whoever I want tour and beat up whoever I want. You know, decent fighters, but nobody at this juncture of his career that's really going to be a threat. I mean, maybe he can go back if he wins this fight or loses this fight and try to right the wrong against Bivol. What I mean by right the wrong is try to win that fight back. Or, you know, maybe another fight. But I don't see him wanting to get in there with a guy like David Benavidez. He has no reason to do that. You know, so both of these guys are kind of at the end, right? They're kind of at the end. They're older. They're much heavier in the case of Terrence Crawford. And they've really done it all in the sport of boxing. So I could really see this fight being like a William Skull fight, being like a Charlo fight versus Canelo, where Crawford just goes in there and he's got, I think, more boxing ability and probably more athletic ability than those guys, even at 168 pounds, right? You got to consider that, 37 years of age. He might still have enough athletic ability to just move around the entire time, stay away from Canelo's power, and probably try to win on points, right? Or he's going to feel Canelo's power and just try to scoot the heck out the way. This is not going to be a brawl, Knuckleheads. I hate to tell you, this is not going to be Canelo Triple G. Terrence Bud Crawford's not going to sit in the pocket, in my opinion, in exchange with Canelo, unless he gets hit and doesn't feel anything. Even then, I don't think he's going to sit in the pocket in exchange with him. I think we're in for an extremely boring fight. I think we're in for a huge disappointment, a la Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. And that's my opinion, and I'm standing on it. Welcome to the Fighters Rep, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the sport of boxing from the mind of a promoter/attorney. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. After you do so, subscribe to the channel. Join the channel. Help me continue to grow. We're dropping daily content, and we will be going live after for all the big fights and on Sundays going forward for the podcast. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this, but I do think we've got a stinker coming up.